Hello everyone, how are you doing? Good, it's a big gap, but let's pretend this is a nice close room. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Zoe Pelbart and I'm Account Executive at Amazon Web Services, looking after some of our wonderful public sector customers based in New South Wales. I'm super pleased that you've chosen to join me today for this session, Evolving Your Customer Experience with Amazon Connect, your AI-enhanced contact center solution. Amazon Connect is my absolute favorite solution suite out of everything we have at AWS for a couple of reasons. One being that I've seen the fantastic transformation it does for our customers in their customer service facing workloads that they're doing, both with Vision Australia, the likes of Queensland Health, the likes of Australian Bureau of Statistics, and from New South Wales Health that you'll be seeing today. But also from a perspective of me as a consumer. So what I've really seen is how it's making it easier for me to interact with the entities that I choose to procure from or government services. They're making it easier for them to make personalized, data-driven insights on my behalf and interact with me better. And so I'm looking forward to taking you through some of these today. So it's going to be quick, great, it's going to be awesome, you're going to learn a lot, and we're going to have some fun. So what we're going to talk about is customer service today, the challenges that you're currently facing, and then I'm going to walk through how the AWS Cognitive CX portfolio can help solve a lot of those problems and simplify how you interact with your customers, and also enhance your agent experience. And then we're going to hear from New South Wales Health. We are not doing a Q&A anymore. They're actually going to present, so that's awesome. So let's kick right off. I want to get us into the mindset of what customer experiences that we are so used to today. They're not great. I was thinking about asking the audience, raise your hand if you've had a great experience, but largely they're not that great. We have difficult navigation menus to navigate, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 5 for whatever, right? So many to navigate, you have long hold times. Chances are that you've pressed the wrong navigation button anyway and you need to be transferred further. Having to repeat yourself, duplication of effort, things like entering your account number while you're on hold, and then you get onto an agent and inevitably have to give them all of that information again. That one's a doozy and gets me every single time. But then you're also dealing with apathetic agents. And it's not that they're lazy or hate their jobs, it's that they're kind of having to stitch together insights about you as a customer through many different systems and interfaces. And that makes it really, really difficult for them to understand who you are and why you might be calling. And this is what we're really trying to help with. A better agent experience equates to a better customer experience. And in the long term, that equates to a better lifetime value or a trusted partnership between you and your customers. So the purpose of customer service entities hasn't really changed over the last 30 years. It's pretty simple, right? You have questions and they have answers. And the goal is to help answer your questions as quickly as possible, right? You want to be able to resolve that call, fix their problem as quickly as you can. However, agents really don't enjoy doing low-value, really repetitive tasks. We always talk about the fact that repetition is your opportunity for automation, right? How could we help free up agent time so that they could be focusing on higher value, higher order engagements with your customers and personalizing that experience? Now, the average cost by industry associations identifies that average cost of a loaded call, is $9.50 in Australia. Does that sound about right to those of you in the audience? Yeah? So if there was an opportunity where you could help take out some of those low-value, high repetitive tasks out of your call flows and allow your agents to do those higher order, high value, maybe change that service orientation towards an outbound, a proactive and value added engagement with your customers, that's better off for everyone. Using things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, you can simply overlay these things now into your solution and your call flows to help reroute and automate the handling of those calls. Think things like password resets. Think things like updating an address or an email or a credit card detail. Being able to automate those things and get them done very quickly. Things like Amazon Polly can help with that, dynamic text-to-speech, or Amazon Lex for natural language understanding. Lex is really great for things like instead of having to have people press a button, like press 1 for orders, press 2 for sales, you can actually now have your customers just tell you what they want to do. And then they automatically get routed down the right call flow. So why has it been difficult historically to kind of change how you've been operating your contact center environments? There's been a lot of stasis over the last 20 years, and this is kind of what every customer's environment has looked like traditionally. We're dealing with things like your interactive voice systems, you've got call routing, you've got speech analytics, you've got call recording, you've got your PBX, and then you've got your computer telephony integration, that CTI piece. And that CTI is doing a lot of work trying to speak between all the different systems, the different vendors, the different product release cycles. And what this ends up causing in your organization is a bit of paralysis. Right, it's not only paralysis because you might have to be doing different upgrades on different systems at different times, but that upgrade, you're not certain if the system that needs to support it can actually do that with that upgrade, or if you want to change a whole stack in there, well, what's that going to break? And so because of this high dependency, high integration requirement that you've got, it leads to low innovation, low experimentation across your contact center environment. It makes it really, really difficult for you to move at any kind of velocity to innovate on behalf of your customers and gain greater data insights. So this is why we've brought, This is why we've brought Amazon Connect to market, to help solve some of these integration and these dependency problems that you're having with your existing environments. It rolls it all up into one. It's a cloud-based contact center as a service. It's managed on your behalf, where you can do skills-based routing, IVRs, call recording, and a whole bunch more, and I'm going to walk you through that. So I want to take you through our AWS Cognitive Customer Experience portfolio, our CX portfolio. I want to give you our vision. What our vision is for you as our customers is that you are able to deliver a data-driven and AI-enabled CX capability where customer service is intuitive. And machine learning delivers improved outcomes for customers through predictive insights. And I really want to pivot on insights for a second here, because you already have within your organizations a plethora of information about your customers that is the foundation for how you can be interacting with your customers and generating these insights. However, now with modern data architectures and the ability to kind of add more and more data to that proverbial data lake, you can drive greater and more refined insights with your customers. You can start to personalize it. So knowing who I am and why I am calling. And as that data builds, you can then start to run some machine learning over it. Things like Amazon SageMaker or Amazon Personalize to start predicting behavior. If I have a customer that calls every Thursday at 3 p.m., why might that be? Is there an opportunity for me to get in front of that and maybe answer the question that customer is wanting to ask before they've asked it? Could I just send them a text message with the information they're usually wanting? So this is some of the orientation changes that you're going to be able to do as you have a very dynamic contact center solution. So for us, our contact center solution, what we've productized into Amazon Connect is what we've been using internally for quite some time. We serve millions of customers internally on the solution in dozens of languages across 32 countries. We have over 70,000 agents on this platform all around the world. And our customers asked us to help them solve this same problem, the problem of scale and innovation and personalization in the contact center environment. They said they wanted a cloud-based environment. They wanted to manage no more infrastructure. They've had enough of the complex licensing, the complex integration, the complex hardware management. They don't want that anymore. I feel like I've just come into the Canberra fog here. They want a highly reliable environment, and they want any agent, anywhere, anytime. This last piece was really, really key for one of my customers, Vision Australia. Over 50% of their agents are actually blind or low vision. And so the ability with Amazon Connect to enable their agents to work from home so they don't have to risk what is very difficult to navigate getting anywhere when you have poor vision. They are now able to let their workers work from home with a robust contact center solution. So, Amazon Connect. I've been alluding to it the entire time. It is your fully managed cloud-based contact center solution. Out of the box, it comes with things like skills-based routing, call recording, real-time and historical analytics, and high-quality voice capability. This is straight out of the box. One thing I want to point out that people always love is there's no agent licensing. So you can go 1 or 1,000, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the cost. And if no one is calling you, there is no cost for Amazon Connect. You can still have all of your call flows set up. So, Amazon Connect is the crown jewels of our cognitive CX portfolio. We love it. And I'm not going to run through every single one of these. And one thing that I want to kind of premise this with is you do not need to use every single one of these services to enrich and enhance your existing customer contact center flows. You can pick some of these and then plug in alternate bits as you want to continue evolving what it is that you're doing and how you're delivering it to your customers. So I'm going to do a quick around the grounds, and then what I'm going to do is show you some demos. So to put in like a real world scenario so you can completely envision what it is that I'm telling you. So first up, AWS Lambda, event-driven compute, really, really useful for example, doing like a data dip into the CRM. Who is this person? Can identify their phone number, who they might be. So identification, personalizing, as well as some context assessment. Amazon Polly, built into Amazon Connect, text-to-speech, really dynamic, helps you personalize those greetings. So you do your data dip into your CRM, Polly then say, hi Zoe, and then you can do a further context scenario where you can say, hi Zoe, I can see you logged a case 3 days ago, how can I help you? So it's not only personalizing the greeting, but it's giving context and thinking, why might this person be calling? Amazon Lex mentioned that earlier, really, really helpful for making your customers not have to press a button for which option they want. They can simply tell you and Lex can route that the appropriate way. Amazon SageMaker, to use to build, run, and sorry, it's machine learning. Build, maintain machine learning models, meant to be very, very simple to get started for anyone wanting to use machine learning. Without a data scientist, that is. Amazon Translate, as it describes, 21 languages, 417 translation capabilities between different languages. One of the things I didn't tell you about Polly, which, sorry, I do need to include, she has 28 different languages and 59 personas. The Australian ones are Nicole and Russell. So thank you to our US product team for those very funny names. Alexa, we know Alexa for home and business. Amazon Pinpoint, I love Pinpoint, and so are you. I'm going to love it as well. So Pinpoint is push notifications with built-in analytics. So now you're able to see how your customers are interacting with the different methods of communication you were having with them. So you might be able to see that they're never responding to an email, they don't answer our calls, but they always answer text messages. Great. Now you've got more data about that customer and how you should best interact with them. Amazon Comprehend and Transcribe. Amazon Transcribe is as it sounds, audio to text. And then Amazon Comprehend, they're kind of like a brother-sister act, these two. You can run sentiment analysis with Amazon Comprehend over that text, keyword phrasing, understand, is this a positive call experience or was this a negative experience? Helps with some quality assurance things as well. Amazon Forecast, great for like workforce management, stock, things like that. And lastly, Amazon Personalize. This is about next best action recommendations. This is exceptionally powerful, and I will be showing you this one as well. So, what can all that make my customer experience look like? The answer is pretty great. So, I'm going to, hang on. Let's go back for a second. So I'm going to show you 3 different demos here, right? We're going to be showing you how you can start with a really simple subset. We want you to start small, iterate, and scale. So I'm going to show you a really basic 4 sets of services and what that looks like in practice. And then the next one, we're going to build upon that. And then the third one I'm going to show you is the complete shebang, right? Everything in there in one. So this is a standard basic call flow. Don't need to go to an agent. Getting started.
Hi, Nikki Wolf. I apologize that your flight was cancelled. I can rebook you for the next available flight, departing at 10 p.m. Would you like to book that now?
No, I'd rather rebook for the same time tomorrow. Is that possible?
Yes, that flight is available departing at 9 a.m. out of Melbourne, arriving in Sydney at 10:15 a.m. I can book you in C12C, it's an aisle. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, thank you.
So as you can see, really simple call flow. We did a data dip with Lambda into the CRM to see, do I know who this person is? Yes, it's Nikki Wolf. Flight booking system, okay. We were able to see in there some context that her flight was cancelled. So then Polly was able to dynamically take that call and handle that with Nikki. No, she didn't want this afternoon. Lex is saying, okay, we've got to do that for tomorrow. Holly then confirms that they're making that booking. Obviously, there's some back-end integration to be able to do the booking itself, but then Lex confirming that customer is satisfied and we can route that call out. Pretty powerful. We're only using a collection of 4 services here, okay? Again, you can get started in production with these within less than an hour. Like, this is how simple these call flows are to tailor. The next one I want to show you will basically take it from a scenario where Nikki actually wasn't just satisfied with a rebooking, and we needed to kind of transfer into an agent. Okay, so we'll go with the next context here.
Yes, that flight is available departing at 9 a.m. out of Melbourne, arriving in Sydney at 10:15 a.m. I can book you in seat 12C. It's an aisle. Would you like me to do that?
Can I get a first-class upgrade for my inconvenience?
One moment while I connect you with a customer service associate.
Hi Nikki, my name is Alan. I'm sorry for your inconvenience. I'm checking to see what we can do to make your flight to Sydney tomorrow more comfortable.
So with this one, as the agent was receiving the call, they had all of the context as to what had happened with Nikki's flight and that she was dissatisfied and was looking for an upgrade. She went right to the person that was going to be able to resolve this query and do what she needed to quite quickly. In this one, we had transcribe. So we've taken the audio from the previous call, given that to the agent before they took the call so that they could get full context of what was going on for Nikki. Okay. Come on. And so we've basically only added transcribe. I think there was a bit of comprehend in that one as well for the sentiment analysis of a dissatisfied customer. But as you can see, not using a whole lot of services, not too overwhelming, but really quite powerful. And obviously, as you can see, the agent has all the information they need to direct that customer call really quickly. So now what I want to turn to is kind of really like the beautiful future vision. And not I mean future that no one is doing it. We have really customers building out on this stuff today, including Queensland Health is doing a fantastic job in this space, the advanced AI-powered space. So we're looking at agent experience and customer experience. So how can we make it a better interaction between both groups? And this is really important, right? There are a lot of different benefits, not just to the customer in that it's a personalized engagement, but to your agent so that they can see what's going on for your customer in real time. They don't have to transcribe a call. They can listen to the customer because the transcription is happening automatically, right? Better engagement, better discussion between the customer. And also with that next best action recommendation, being able to really tailor what they then do next for them. You can understand the business issues within the organisation, so you can triage things that are coming up a lot as well. So this is what it looks like. It's going to be a bespoke UI, and that's because we want to be able to show you a whole bunch of things in one screen. That little emoji there does change. It'll show you happy or sad. And so this is what you're going to see. Okay, we're going to see some real-time transcription. We're going to see real-time translation from English to Spanish. We're going to be seeing some sentiment analysis. That little emoji there will show you all of that. You're going to see next best action, recommendation for the agent interface, as well as some customer details, name, first name, last name. Okay? So we'll dive right in.
Hi, Yasserel Hagan. Welcome back. The last time you called was Wednesday, February 13th, 2019. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
Hi, Nikki. I've been a customer for 2 years now, and I just received a notice that the special pricing I got when I first signed up is about to expire in 2 weeks. I called yesterday and I spoke to Bob, but unfortunately, he wasn't very much help. I checked your competitor's website, and they are offering better pricing. I plan on switching providers if you can't match their price. Is there anything you can do for me to renew the promotional pricing?
Pretty powerful, huh? Super, super cool. I mean, the fact that the agent has the ability now to see everything that they're going to be able to offer, multilingual, so you might have an agent that's native tongue is a different language, and you're able to kind of support that for them. You can see the Amazon Connect interface where they can take the calls, be available online, offline. You can see the customer's name and details there. And all of this is stored securely in Amazon S3. Once all those recordings, you can add them into your CRM files again. increase that size of that data lake, the analytics you can do on top, and the additional personalization over time. It's incredibly powerful. And this is what you're getting. Again, you can use whatever variation of these services that you like. You can plug in more at any point. You can plug in less at any point. Again, like everything with AWS, pay as you go and only pay for what you use. You can turn things off, experiment, try, shut it down, start again. One of the best benefits of working with cloud. So we also want to make sure that you have the ability to integrate with everything you need. Again, the ability to quickly access your existing systems, your data stores, being able to make that data available to the Connect system, but also your agents, is incredibly important to enhancing the experience. So you can integrate. We have many different integrations that are constantly growing. On top of this, we have wonderful partners that help our customers develop these solutions internally very, very quickly. You'll hear in just a second from New South Wales Health about how they were able to deploy very, very fast on their Amazon Connect solution. And additionally, internally, we have some wonderful Amazon Connect team members. So if this is something you do want to explore down the track, please reach out. But with that, I am now going to bring up Gary Ruby from New South Wales Health. He's the Director of Corporate Programs, to talk about their journey and future vision for Amazon Connect. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Zoe. Yeah, Gary Ruby, I'm from New South Wales Health, look after all of the corporate programs. So I actually saw something similar to this about November last year. And myself and my boss, we looked at it and thought, it's quite compelling. We have a system that's not really extensible, and it's quite difficult for us to upgrade. We want to improve the whole customer experience. So if I go the right way, this way. Yeah, so this was what we had. I won't go through this. It's, as you can see, incredibly complex what we had. We had an Avaya solution in play, all on-premise infrastructure. It was difficult for us to upgrade, re-recording voices, etc. So that was our current environment. So we wanted to really move away from that. We wanted to really improve the customer experience. We wanted to be able to upgrade really quickly, change the IVR options, and we just couldn't do that. So we were doing a big ServiceNow integration. The statewide service desk and the contact centres that we run, there's 140,000 staff across New South Wales Health, and we take a lot of calls. We take about 4,000 calls across to our statewide service desk on a daily basis. We really wanted to transform that whole customer journey. So we had quite a task to do, and this is what we wanted to move to. So this is our new state. So we upgraded our ServiceNow environment, and we added in the AWS Connect side of things. So Verint we maintain for our workforce management side of things and our call recording. We do the call recording within a S3 bucket within AWS, but we're still doing our call recording. We plan to go down the next path. So I actually really echo everything that Zoe sort of covered off there. So that whole customer journey, moving away from that on-premise infrastructure to cloud-based infrastructure, trying to make our system more extensible, and we did it really fast. It was quite a challenge for us. We had quite an aggressive deadline for June to cut over the new ServiceNow across all of our New South Wales Health environment, and we decided to, I got a challenge added. Can you actually just upgrade all of the telephony as well, and can you do it by June? This was about March that that was added to my scope of work, and we got it in play. I won't go through all the detail, but as you can see, 3 months end to end. So pretty much 8 weeks we did the whole cutover. So that whole on-prem Avaya solution moved across to AWS Connect within that 8-week period. So incredibly aggressive time frame, but the actual had a really solid partner that came in and helped us put all of the, take all the Avaya vectors that were in play. We had about 16 indole numbers. We tried to consolidate that down, and we did the whole cutover to AWS Connect in that 8-week period. A lot of the development side was really done in 3 weeks, right? So I think that might, really illustrate to you just, how simple you can go to that new telephony solution. So it has been really successful for us. So I just might run through some of the findings that we've had for that, that major cutover that we did. So there needs to be some planning, obviously, right? So there's a lot of change that goes about from an agent perspective. We made a call because of that tight time frame that we're going to do a like-for-like. If you cast your mind back a few slides ago, the whole AWS CX portfolio that was discussed, we only did a portion of that. We did the Connect side, we did the Poly side, and we really just took everything that we had from an IVR perspective, the interactive voice response side, from Avaya across to AWS Connect. We moved across to the new voice. We chose Russell. So that was something that we actually ran through the business just to see if they were happy with that voice side of things. Most of them were. And so we really just did that like for like. The agents need quite some support, so it's a bit of a change for them. So the Avaya side, the soft phone side, how they take calls, the screen pops into ServiceNow. It was a bit of a change for them. So they need some support. You need to make sure that that's covered off, but the solution is extremely intuitive, and they got up to speed really rapidly. So we did some training lead up for our contact center agents, our service center agents, got up to speed really quickly. The ServiceNow integration, the screen pops so that as you put in your staff link ID, which is your ID for New South Wales Health, it pops up into ServiceNow, and there's a level of personalisation. So there's a lot of detail that the agent already has at their fingertips. So we did do a like-for-like, and we're planning on really looking at expanding that out as we go forward. So some pros and cons, highly extensible. So about a month in to our implementation, we had 7 IVR options. It was quite complex, convoluted, a little bit difficult for customers to navigate those 7 IVR options, and we changed that to 4 IVR options. We basically did that change over a couple of days. A partner came in, helped us with that, put those changes in play. Really, just the testing and change and notification was the long piece. But basically in 2 weeks, we took that 7 IVR options down to 4. We wanted to really give the clinical calls higher priority to make sure that they were covered off. Put that in play, and that was in play, basically in 2 weeks from saying we needed to slim that down. So that highly extensible, really important. The better reporting. A lot of the visibility that we have in the environment now is far richer than what we had previously. So we've done an integration of AWS Connect into Splunk from an event management perspective. All the agent information, et cetera, is all routed through to Splunk. We've got dashboards that got one big screen that sits next to my desk actually, and we can actually see the call centers, where they're up to, the agents, the queues, the abandoned calls, the agent interaction time. There's a whole level of rich reporting, and we're only going to grow that as we go forward, integrating that more with ServiceNow so that we have some of that agent information, how many incidents that they've managed, how long it's taken, pull that together with the telephony side. That rich reporting really has shone a torch on a dark space that we just really didn't have that reporting previously. So that's been a real win for us. That no need for on-premise infrastructure certainly is a big plus for us, and managing all that. The IVR option changes, as I said, 2 weeks we put that in play, which was quite incredible actually. It would be 3 months before we actually cut over to AWS Connect to do some of those IVR option changes. And the new features, so self-service, password change, a lot of the other capabilities within the CX portfolio we're looking at taking on board. Certainly that self-service, password change side of things, sentiment analysis of when calls come in. So we really want to personalise that experience from a call centre perspective. And the feedback has been really positive. So some of the cons, a little bit of a robotic voice. but mostly it's been quite positive around Russell. I think everyone's got quite used to that voice, and the real value add is that we can really quickly update any of the voice messaging side of things. Workforce management side of things, so we've kept Verint in place, so we've still got a Verint on-premise. We need to upgrade that going forward. We're also using that for call recording, but there is a Verint AWS component that we're looking at, and there's a whole range of other workforce management side of things that can integrate with the product. So I think that integration is really important as well, that AWS Connect, ServiceNow integration, the integration with Splunk, the integration with some of the workforce management products, it's a very open platform. So, if you want to really take that journey as small steps and then iteratively upgrade as you go forward, it is really strong in doing that. So, just as a wrap up, I just wanted to go through that iterative journey that we're going through. So we've got some minor enhancements. We're looking at the interactive wait time. So while you're sitting in the queue, it's 3 minutes or it's 4 minutes that you'll be waiting on the queue, giving them messages back to say, if you want to use, we've got a self-service portal. If you want to go to the self-service portal, you can. Allowing the agent to actually make callbacks is really important. Switching some of the recording capability if there's a requirement for recording or non-recording, so we're trying to get that and some of the auto call answer side of things. But some of the major enhancements is around voice biometrics and adding that into the IVR side for password resets. About 33% of our calls all are password resets to our service centres. And if we can switch that across to self-service, that's really going to reduce the requirement from an agent perspective. So sentiment analysis I talked about, some of the callback functions. We've already done some of the IVR changes on the statewide service desk side. We're looking at doing that on the health share side as well, really trying to improve that customer experience. Outbound dial-in capability, evaluation of calls, and then some of the other help desks that we've got in play that aren't on AWS Connect, that are on some of the facilities, the local health district facility side of things. It's been so successful for us, we're looking at onboarding those. So look, all in all, it's been a great journey for us with the whole AWS Connect CX portfolio. We've followed with some of the other jurisdictions with what they've done, and certainly we want to take us, ourselves to the next step and add in some of those sentiment analysis side, self-service side, some of the machine learning side of things, certainly integrating that in with ServiceNow is something that we're looking at that could be really valuable for us as well. But look, overall, it's been a great experience for us. So I just wanted to add a bit of a customer lens. So I know you often see, some of these sort of presentations, wonder how the customer experience has been. From our side, customer experience has been great. The support from AWS, our third-party provider, Deloitte, has been fantastic as well. And we've made this happen really fast, and we've really improved that customer journey, and we plan to enhance in that going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to show what New South Wales Health is doing, I think there's such fantastic innovation and thought leadership coming out of New South Wales Health. So yeah, you guys are doing fantastic things midway through their journey, but steaming ahead to some really great innovation as well with the ML suites there. So awesome, super well done. Thank you so much for joining me. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope that you found some new insights that you hadn't known before about Amazon Connect. First and foremost, we want you to know that you can start small, you can iterate, and you can scale. You don't have to use that whole suite. You can get tinkering within an hour. We have wonderful partners and wonderful internal teams that can be helping you to get started on this journey. But thank you so much for joining us. Next, we have the keynote coming up in this room, so I hope you join for that. It's going to be fantastic. Please don't forget about feedback, and if you scan on your way out as well, you'll get a copy of the deck. So please make sure you complete the survey feedback because marketing really want it. But thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of Summit. Thank you.